السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله الذي جعل الشمس والقمر حسبانا والنجم والشجر يسجدان، فضل زمان على زمان كما فضل إنسانا على إنسان ومكانا على مكان. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا وعلانا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد. Welcome to Quranic Arabic Academy. Arabic Grammar Made Easy, lesson number 21. Before we start the lesson, let's make a dua. ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد رسولا. In this lesson, we are going to understand the seen and سوف, how to make الفعل المضارع negative. The seen and سوف comes with الفعل المضارع, and this is a sign to show it is a fail. Normally there are three signs of a fail. If قد comes, if seen comes, and if سوف comes, then normally these three are the signs of a fail. قد, we've learned حرف تحقيق. قد comes in فعل الماضي. قد also comes in فعل المضارع. But today we're going to learn the letter seen and the word سوف, and then we'll make the جملة الفعلية with الفعل المضارع negative. Before that, these are the جملة we are doing, جملة اسمية and جملة فعلية. جملة فعلية, these are the slots we have learned so far. The فاعل, the نائب فاعل, and both are in مرفوع case. مفعول به منصوب, مفعول به ثاني منصوب, then مفعول فيه, any ism that gives the meaning of time and place is called مفعول فيه منصوب. And we've learned the circumstance of the fa'il or the maf'ul bihi. What state of the fa'il in the sentence, or what state is the maf'ul bihi in the sentence? What were they doing at the time of doing the fail? In what condition, what state they were when they were doing the fail? For example, he was doing a fail while sleeping. So the sleeping, the word will be hal. While he was doing the action, he was walking. So all these will be hal. Hal also mansub. So we have learned in jumla fi'liya, only fa'il and naib fa'il are marfu, and the rest of the slots are in mansub case. So again, we have 3 slots left. We need to add those 3 slots. Once we add those 3 slots, inshallah, alhamdulillah, our jumla fi'liya will be complete. So let's move on. We are learning al-fa'l al-mudari. What is fa'l al-mudari? It is a present tense. Present tense is used to talk about the present and to talk about the future tense. The present tense can be one of the 2 tenses, present continuous and present habitual. Which meaning to take, as we know from the sentence or from the paragraph? We take the meaning from there. As we've learned, al-fi'l al-mudari has no rules to make. There's no rules how you make al-fi'l al-mudari. This is how it's already been made, like Madi has already been made. So with Madi, we learn the first sigha of al-fi'l al-mudari. Okay, to make it easy for us, what the haraka will be on the letters, that's why we have the 6 babs. So any 3-letter verb will come one of these 3 babs. So nasara yansuru, bab number 1. Bab number 2, fatha yaftahu. Bab number 3, daraba yadribu. Bab number 4, samya yasma'u. Bab number 5, hasiba yahsibu. And bab number 6, karuma yakrumu. Nasara yansuru, fataha yaftahu, daraba yadribu. The way we can remember, in Madi, all first 3 babs has a fatha. In Madi, first 3 bab has a fatha. Next is bab has a kasra on the middle letter. This has also kasra. Okay? And the last one, the middle letter has a dhamma. So bab nasara yansuru, as we know, the noon is to represent, is the bab nasara. Fataha yaftahu, daraba yadribu, sami'a yasma'u, and hasiba yahsibu, karuma yakrumu. So any fi'l we learn, we memorize, to memorize the al-fi'l al-madi and al-fi'l mudari with together. We also, it will be beneficial if we will do the masdar with it, the verbal noun. So every fi'l we should learn the 3. Number 1, fi'l madi. Number 2, fi'l mudari. Number 3, the masdar of it. So nasra yansuru nasran. So nasran is the masdar. And normally it is a tradition, masdar is said in mansub case. Nasara yansuru nasran. Fataha yaftahu fathan. Daraba yadribu darban. Sami'a yasma'u sam'an. Hasiba yahsibu husbanan. Karuma yakrumu karamatan. Normally a 3-letter verb, we have masdar is on the scale of fa'lan. Normally fa'lan. So nasra yansuru nasran on the scale of fa'lan. Sometimes the 3-letter verb, the masdar, sometimes changes, not always on the scale of fa'lan, but the majority is on the scale of fa'lan. For example, dakhala is from bab nasara, so dakhala yadkhulu is not going to be on the scale of fa'lan, and we don't say dakhala yadkhulu dakhlan, no, it has its own masdar, dukhulan. Dakhala yadkhulu dukhulan. Jalasa yajlisu julusan. So we'll talk about more about masdar once we do the lesson of masdar. But just for now, remember to learn the masdar with it as well. So every fi'l, the 3 things we should learn. We should memorize 3 things. Fi'l madi and fi'l mudari and the masdar. Okay, let's move on. These are the forms of fi'l al-mudari. If you add those damirs, the forms of fi'l mudari becomes 14, same as fi'l madi. So because the damir has 14 forms, the fi'l madi, fi'l mudari will have 14 forms. So yaf'alu, yaf'alan, yaf'aluna, taf'alu, taf'alan, yaf'alna, taf'alu, taf'alan, taf'aluna, taf'alina, taf'alani, taf'alna, af'alu, naf'alu. So as we said, if you want to learn this way, or if you want to learn the groups wise, like all the red color forms is in one group, because nothing is added to these sighas. So yaf'alu, only the thing is that it is huruful mudari'ah, the letters of mudari'. يفعل تفعل تفعل أفعل نفعل. عندي مثنى يفعلان تفعلان تفعلان تفعلان. عندي جمع يفعلون يفعلن تفعلون تفعلن. And the last one تفعلين with the ياء المخاطبة. So as we know, the 5 sighas, the first 5, the red colors, يفعل تفعل تفعل أفعل نفعل, their fa'il is always mustatir. Excuse me. For these 5 sighas, their fa'il is always mustatir. Now 2 of them, which is the yaf'alu and taf'alu, this one, this yaf'alu and taf'alu, these 2 damir mustatir jawazan. Jawazan. What we have learned the word jawazan means, it means you are allowed to bring ism dhahir as the fa'il as well. So it is only these 2 sighas you are allowed. The rest sighas you are not allowed to bring ism dhahir. This is why it is called jawazan, allowed. The taf'alu for mudhakkar mukhatab, over here the damir is mustatir, but it is ujuban. You are not allowed to bring ism dhahir because the anta is with it. Anta cannot be separated. Af'alu mustatir ujuban. The damir mustatir ujuban, that is ana. Ana cannot be separated from it. And naf'alu damir mustatir ujuban, which is the nahnu. So for these 5 sighas, it's not allowed to bring ism dhahir with it. And the rest of sighas, obvious, it has the damir al-baris with it. So obvious, again, it's not allowed to bring any ism dhahir as the fa'il, because the fa'il is already built in with it. We can see the fa'il. For the muthanna, we can see the alif. For the jama mudhakkar, we can see the waw al-jama'a. For jama muannas ghaib, we can see the noon niswa. And for jama muannas ghaib, we can see the noon jama muannas. And for the muannas mukhatab mufrad, we can see the ya. So this ya is called ya al-mukhataba. That is the damir. Okay, so yaf'alu, taf'alu, taf'alu, af'alu, naf'alu, yaf'alani, taf'alani, 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 yaf'aluna, yaf'alna, taf'aluna, taf'alna, taf'alina. So these are the 14 forms of al-madi. Now we've learned there's a group of sighas. They are called af'alul khamsa, al-af'alul khamsa. And we've learned any form, the aliful ithnain, the damir baris, aliful ithnain is added, ittasalat is connected, attached, or waw al-jama' is attached, or ya al-mukhataba is attached. Those are called al-af'alul khamsa. Don't think because af'al means the verbs. No. Af'al also means verb. Af'al, which is the plural fi'lun. Af'al also can mean each and every sigha, because each sigha is a fi'l, is a verb. So don't think af'al means 5 special verbs. No. Al-af'alul khamsa. As soon as we hear this name, al-af'alul khamsa, it is only 5 forms of fi'l al-mudari'. Al-fi'l al-mudari'. Which are those 5s? Any sigha that aliful ithnan is attached, or waw al-jama' is attached, or ya al-mukhataba is attached. We have these are the three things: ألف الاثنين, واو الجماعة, and here المخاطبة. We have a chart here, so let's see what sigas that ألف الاثنين is attached. So here يفعلان, تفعلان, تفعلان, تفعلان. So all these will be from the الأفعال الخمسة. So يفعلان, it is the only one form with the ya, so we take this number one. And تفعلان, we have three with the ta, so we take one from here, that's two. Jama يفعلون, the waw al-jama is attached here, three. تفعلون, there is the ta over here, and waw jama is attached, we take this one, number four. And تفعلين, the ya al-mukhataba is attached over here, so we take this as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 5 forms are called al-af'alul khamsah. Why? Because their i'rab is different from the rest of the sigas. The red color 5 sigas, we can see the dhamma on the last letter. But for these 5 af'alul khamsa, we don't see the dhamma on the last letter. So their i'rab is different. Their i'rab is the noon is the i'rab. Okay? The af'alul khamsa i'rab is the noon. Yeah? So this noon sometimes is deleted. Sometimes this noon is deleted. Then at that time this will not be in marfu case. The sign of marfu of af'alul khamsa is the present of the noon. That is called thubutun noon. The noon is present. Noon is visible. The noon is pronounceable. This is what thubutun noon means. So in these 5 sigas, the noon will be there, then it will be in marfu case. If the noon is not there, the noon is not visible, the noon is deleted, then these 5 sigas will not be in marfu case. It will be either in mansub case or either in majzoom case. So look at that later when we do it. But now the thubutun noon is the sign of fal mudari being in marfu case. So when we do i'rab, we say thubutun noon wa alamatu raf'ihi thubutun noon. Why? لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة, because it's from the 5 sigas of فعل المضارع. Now let's move on. الفعل المضارع للمستقبل, future tense. In the beginning, when we've learned الفعل المضارع, we said the meaning of فعل المضارع is it gives the present meaning and future meaning. Okay. So what is this الفعل المضارع للمستقبل? مستقبل means in the future. If you want to make فعل مضارع restrictive to give only مستقبل meaning, this is when this 2 particle comes in. The future particles in Arabic is السين وسوف. It is placed before فعل الماضي. It is translated as will or will soon. Okay. So these 2, they are huruf. When it is placed just before فعل مضارع, it will give or it will make فعل مضارع للمستقبل. You cannot translate فعل مضارع present. because sin gives the meaning of the future. Sawfa also gives the meaning of the future. So the difference between sin and sawfa is the particle sin is called حرف استقبال للقريب. للقريب. Don't know why sometimes whenever I write the kasra, this two kasra comes in. Because I need to press a shift. Sometimes I don't press the shift key. That's why the tanween is coming. Okay, so it should be kasra lil qarib, near future. The particle sawfa is called harfu istiqbalin lil ba'id. lil ba'id. So when we see this sin and sawfa in the Quran, we should have this in mind. Sin means near future and sawfa means far future. Sometimes Allah uses sin and sawfa, example, on the day of judgment. On the day of judgment, from that time, sin is used or sawfa is used. For example, when Allah says that إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, those who have believed and those who do righteous deeds, سَنُدْخِلُهُمْ, sometimes says في جنات or في جنات النعيم, في جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار. So here سندخلهم وسندخلهم. سندخلهم. So this scene telling us from on the day of judgment, Allah will make these people enter paradise quickly, very soon. Very soon. Their accounts will be taken so quick and they'll be entered in the paradise very soon. What about those mujrims, those wrongdoers? What do Allah talk about them? On the day of judgment, Allah talks about them and He says, سَوْفَ نُسْلِيهِمْ جَهَنَّمْ. سَوْفَ. He used the word سَوْفَ. On the day of judgment, Allah will enter them in hellfire after a long time. On the day of judgment, they will be staying there for long for their accounts. It will be delayed. So we can understand when the Quran comes and we see the sin means near future and the sawfa means the far future. In the Quran, the particle sin and sawfa most of the time comes for emphasis. The emphasis. So fal mudare, in the future, emphasis, strong meaning. Okay. In normal use, maybe there is no emphatic there, but normal use, we just use sin. If you want to, if you are going to do something in the near future, maybe after 5 minutes, maybe after 1 hour, even you can stand to next day. From the context, you know the meaning. Seen. Sawfa, bit far away. It's after a week. Okay. Or maybe after a day. So if you're talking to someone, the second person will understand. So there is no rule when to use seen, when to use sawfa. It's up to you. What do you think near future? What do you think the far future? But obviously, if it's after a week, you're not going to say sin. Yeah, you're going to say sawfa. So, but in the Quran, when we see in the Quran, we know sin means near future. and sawfa means bit far away. So, and in the Quran, sin and sawfa most of the time are used for emphasis. Okay, so these are the usage of the letter sin and sawfa. So let's see some examples how we are going to use the letter sin and sawfa and how we do the i'rab of those. Okay, so I'm going to start with the letter sin. Okay. What I found that some of the slides I already do the i'rab and I just show it to you in the class. And what I've seen, what I've understood is for that, some students are not learning. I don't know why. So maybe one or two I will write and let's spend some time on some of the i'rabs. This is why, on this slide, I'm just going to write to show it to you how we do the i'rab. And even after that, you cannot do the i'rab. I cannot help much on that. I mean, we've done so many lessons, repeating the same thing again and again and again. Still, some of you don't know how to do i'rab. Why? So let's see if this helps. Yeah. So I'm going to write only for this. The rest will just, because the time will not allow us. If I'm going to write and type, it will take a long time. We need to finish some examples. So I'm going to use the letter sin first. So this is the sin. Oh, I need to change my keyboard. Okay. So this is the sin we're talking about. The sin is always with the fatha. Sa. Sa. So to give us the near future meaning. So remember, once the particle sin or sawfa is attached with fi'l al-mudari, you no longer can translate the present tense. You have to translate the future tense because sin and sawfa makes al-fi'l al-mudari lil-mustaqbil. So sa, let's see what I have. سأذهب. سأذهب. I will go. I will go. So sin is giving the meaning of will. I will soon. You can say that. I will soon go. I will go. سأذهب. We have another box. Even this completes the sentence. سأذهب, I will go, is a complete sentence. Because the ذهب does not need مفعول به, but it can have other مفعوls. It can have مفعول به. It can have حال as well. So let's see what we have. Let's write. Let's make it tomorrow. غدا. سأذهب غدا. سأذهب غدا. This is near future to me. Okay? This could be far future to you. Okay? So تركيب is سأذهب فعل فاعل غدا. Because it's not مفعول به, it is giving us the meaning of time, tomorrow. So it will be مفعول فيه. مفعول فيه. And the translation will be I will go tomorrow. I will go tomorrow. And the Arab, so let's just copy that, paste it here, and 2 colons. Now we do the Arab of one by one. So we say السين. السين, yeah. What is the sin? The sin is, it is a harf. So حرف استقبال. استقبال. حرف استقبال is a sin, gives the meaning in the future. حرف استقبال. Remember, we've learned all حروف are مبني. We say مبني. مبني. Okay. Now some حروف are مبني على الفتح, some حروف are مبني على الضم, some حروف are مبني على السكون. So over here, what do we see? Anything that you can pronounce, any haraka you can pronounce, that is the mabni. If you pronounce fatha, this is mabni ala al-fatha. If you can pronounce with the kasra, mabni ala al-kasr. If you pronounce with the dhamma, mabni ala al-dhamm. If you pronounce with a sukoon, mabni ala al-sukoon. Okay? It's exactly the same rule applies to fi'l al-madi. The last letter of fi'l al-madi, if you pronounce with the fatha, mabni ala al-fath. Last letter of fi'l al-madi, if you pronounce with the sukoon, mabni ala al-sukoon. These are the two mabni of fi'l al-madi. Fi'l al-madi, the last letter, you never ever can pronounce with the dhamma, you never ever can pronounce with the kasra. The last letter of fi'l al-madi. You only can pronounce with the fatha, so say ala al-fath, mabni ala al-fath. The last letter you pronounce with the sukoon, you say mabni ala al-sukoon. Straightforward, very easy. So all huruf, whatever the haraka you can pronounce with, that will be the mabni. So here we can pronounce with the fatha, so say mabniyun ala al-fathi. Ala al-fathi. Is the kasra gone? It is the kasra, I cannot see it. Okay. And we know the huruf, they have no slots in the sentence. We say mabni al-fathi la mahalla lahu min al-i'rab. Okay. So سأذهب, السين حرف استقبال مبني على الفتح لا محل له من الإعراب. Next we have المضارع. Why is he not going on the next line? Let's cheat a little bit. I don't know why he's not going next line. Anyway, so what we'll do, we'll take this. We'll take this and we'll just write it here. Okay. So أذهب, we say فعل مضارع. I mean, those of you know how to do Turkey, how to do Arab, so please just bear with us. Okay, bear with us. Have some patience. So those of us still we don't know how to do Arab, I'm just doing for them. This is how you do one by one. So the Arab Mudari, we say أذهب فعل مضارع, and because it's one of the red group from the red groups فعل مضارع, so it's مرفوع. مرفوع. Okay, and what is the sign of the مرفوع? علامة رفعه. وعلامة رفعه, what do we see on the last letter? الضمة. الضمة. Okay, is it visible or is it hidden? It's visible. So sometimes it can be hidden. Okay, sometimes these the علامة رفع can be hidden. So when it is hidden, how we do the Arab of those, we'll look in the next lesson or near in the future lessons. So this is visible, we can see it, we pronounce it. Okay, so we say al-Zahir. And this is how to write al-Zahir. Okay, just know al-Za. So it has to be with alif lam. And the Za has alif as well, Zahir. Because I see some people either not writing the alif lam in the beginning, this one, or they're not writing the alif after the dha. So الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. أذهب فعل مضارع مرفوع. Why is that ذا? It's not ذا. وعلامة رفع الضمة الظاهرة, should be two because it has to match the ضمة مؤنث. وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. And because it needs a fa'il, every sigha needs a fa'il. So do we see any ism in the sentence in marfu case? No. We need to go back and see what type of sigha is this. So this sigha is one of the 5 sigas. They have damir mustatir. Damir mustatir. So over here we see which siga it is. So it is the mufrad mutakallim siga. So we know the ana is hidden, mustatir. And are we allowed to bring ism dhahir as a file for this siga? No. So that will be wujuban. So next we write. So I'm gonna just delete this. Yes, we say what is the file over here? والفاعل it is a damir, so damirun. Is it baris or is it mustatir? Do we see damir? Is it visible? No, it's hidden. So mustatirun, damirun mustatirun. Yeah. والفاعل ضمير مستتر. Is that from the group of جوازا or is it from the group of وجوبا? As I said, it's only three sigas. تفعل أنت, أفعل أنا, نفعل نحن. These are the only three sigas. It will be وجوبا. And only two sigas, which is the يفعل and تفعل. يفعل for مفرد مذكر غائب and تفعل مفرد مؤنث غائب. Only these two sigas will have the damir if it's mustatir جوازا. Over here وجوبا والفاعل ضمير مستتر وجوبا or we don't need to write the file here because the file will come at the end. We say تقديره. Yeah, we can say it. We can say والفاعل ضمير مستتر وجوبا تقديره, because just let me finish that. تقديره أنا. والفاعل we say at the end في محل, isn't it, when there is a مبني. So والفاعل ضمير مستتر وجوبا تقديره أنا. Understood? Got it? What's left? So our first word is finished. سا is السين حرف استقبال مبني على الفتح لا محل له من الإعراب. Then we did the في المضارع أذهب فعل مضارع مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. Then we are doing the فاعل والفاعل ضمير مستتر وجوبا تقديره أنا. What's left is غدا. So take this copy, we paste it here and say غدا مفعول فيه. Now what type of ظرف is this? مفعول فيه ظرف gives the meaning of time, so زمان. So غدا مفعول فيه ظرف زمان منصوب. Say منصوب. And again, to write the haraka takes time as well. These words we can pronounce without the haraka now. وعلامة رفعه الضمة ظاهرة. غدا مفعول فيه ظرف زمان منصوب وعلامة نصبه وعلامة نصبه علامة نصبه الفتحة isn't it الفتحة علامة نصبه الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره غدا مفعول فيه ظرف زمان منصوب وعلامة نصب الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره. Yeah, that's how we make mistakes. If you go through again, you know your mistakes. Before you present, go through a few times. Okay. Right. So you got it now? So the scene, when we add الفعل المضارع, it will give us the only future meaning. So in the Quran, when we see the scene or sawfa, we only can translate in the future. We cannot translate in the present because scene and sawfa is harfa istiqbal, two istiqbal, two huruf of future. Okay. سيعلمون سيعلمون تركيب as a complete sentence. We don't need a مفعول for it. The فعل and fa'il. The fa'il is the wow. Translation: they will come to know. سيعلمون. In the Quran, many places we will see this. Now, as soon as we say this, we'll be able to translate. They will come to know. And the Arab is سيعلمون, exactly what I did. سيعلمون السين حرف استقبال مبني على الفتح لا محل له من الإعراب. Again, some of the حركة, just ignore them. So it should be استقبال and مبني على الفتح. يعلمون فعل مضارع مرفوع وعلامة رفعه ثبوت النون. Why? لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة. So because the noon is present, we call it ثبوت النون. If the noon is not present or deleted, we'll do the Arab differently. So here the noon is present, the noon is visible, we say ثبوت النون. And what is the file? والواو واو الجماعة ضمير متصل مبني على السكون في محل رفع فاعل. Over here we have no other slots, so we don't do them. Next, سوف تعلمون. سوف تعلمون. We know the صيغة تعلمون, which the ta is telling us it is مخاطب, and واو is telling us it is جمع مذكر. تعلمون. سوف تعلمون. Again, we see this many places in the Quran. فالفاعل, the jumla is complete. You will soon come to know. So you will soon come to know, or you will come to know. As long as we have the future in the translation, will. The Arab سوف حرف استقبال مبني على الفتح لا محل له من الإعراب. As soon as we're here, let's change. Otherwise, some will say, why you استقبال مبني على الفتح لا محل له من الإعراب, because سوف is a حرف, there's no place تعلمون فعل مضارع مرفوع وعلامة رفعه ثبوت النون لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة. والواو والجماعة ضمير متصل مبني على السكون في محل رفع فاعل. Okay, now we know how to make فعل مضارع. The adding the sin or سوف. This should be negative. Negative. The particle لا is used front of الفعل المضارع to make فعل المضارع negative. This lam is called لا النافية واللام النافية غير عاملة. So when we add the لا نافية front of فعل مضارع, we know this lam does not do anything. It is غير عاملة because we have some numbers of this la. The other lam will be عاملة. This lam that negates فعل مضارع is غير عاملة. That's it. This is all we need to know to make فعل مضارع negative. The particle لا is used front of الفعل المضارع to make الفعل المضارع negative. This lam is called لا النافية غير عاملة. Okay, so let's see one or two examples. لا يضرب, because this lam is غير عاملة, it will not change the إعراب of المضارع. It will remain in مرفوع case. لا يضرب زيد ولدا. لا يضرب زيد ولدا. Okay. So let's see the sentence telling us which meaning to take, the present continuous or the present habitual. Because we have waladan and a nakira that is telling us, giving us an idea that if we make the continuous, it will not make sense. So this has to be habitual. Zaid is not hitting any boy. Zaid does not hit any boy. That's better. فعل مفعول به. Zaid does not hit any boy. لا يضرب زيد ولدا. إعراب لا يضرب لا حرف نفي مبني على السكون لا محل له من الإعراب. يضرب exactly the same way we did المضارع. فعل مضارع مرفوع وعلامة رفع الضمة الظاهرة وعلى آخره. زيد the فاعل, the إعراب of فاعل وعلامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة وعلى آخره. and ولدا مفعول به exactly the same إعراب مفعول به منصوب وعلامة نصب الفتحة الظاهرة وعلى آخره. Right. So let's see one or two other examples. لا أعبد. أعبد is فعل مضارع. To make it negative, we add the particle لا نافية. So it becomes لا أعبد. I don't worship. I don't worship what? أصناما. أصنام is the plural of صنم. صاد نون ميم صنم جمع أصنام, idols. لا أعبد. Again, here the I فعل فاعل لا أعبد. أصنام مفعول به. I don't worship any idol. I do not. I don't worship any idol. You can translate this as present continuous. For example, someone goes in the temple and is saying there.